What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is a new look at Ultimate Warrior Always Believe. He's got some new toys that can be put on him that might change your mind on where he falls in the ranking of the acros on your roster. The biggest one, of course, is going to be this new X-Break plate. Rainbow, because he blows up the whole board irrespective of color. Whenever you make 4 or more X-Break gems, increase all your gem damage by 500%. And then I'm going to leave this one on here for a second, but we'll talk about it. The first build is not going to utilize it. The second one will. You'll see why. All right, so he has 1 MP moves. A whole moveset of them. It's not the fastest in terms of, you got to run it multiple times, blah, blah, blah. But in the current hype era, if you were to, say, accidentally get a 100 hype hit on Warrior, and then your opponent has to reduce your moves because they're going to use the new MP reduce coaches on you, Warrior can't be reduced. He's going to be a turn 1 guy every time, no matter what, no trainers needed, right? So you've got the leaping clothesline, deal damage, make 3, we'll talk about that, random gems and X-Break gems. The leaping shoulder block, deal damage, increase the damage of all your gems by 46%, and that does not go up at gold, it's just 46%. And then multiple clotheslines, deal damage, and choose 3 gems to destroy. So Entourage, we're going to run a couple different sets. The first one will not trigger the Chemical X plate, which is why I didn't have it on there. But what it might allow you to do is to be able to get the gem break a couple times, maybe 3, 4 would be absolutely astounding, but 3 if you're lucky, so that you can use that trigger on the plate 2-3 times, getting you 1,000, maybe 1,500% all gem color damage. So in order to do that, you're going to want to balance how many gems you drop. So you can do a couple things. You can put DDP here, gives you 50% more, plus he gives you 4 more X-Break gems. That's going to give you 7 total. That's a pretty reasonable number. Or you could put Zombie Kane here. I would not put both at first. We'll show you in a second. Just because the more X-Break gems you put on the board, the less likely you are to be able to use your Destroy gem to break 1 red, 1 blue, because that's what you need. 1 red, 1 blue, at least 1 red, to be able to keep the moveset going. Then otherwise, you just want your best X-Break gem people. Honky Tonk Mean Guitar is 100% at gold, and Omos is 100% at gold, and then Austin is just 40% all color gems. But again, I'm going to run this in a moment with Zombie Kane in that spot so that we trigger the plates. So we're not worrying about the Chemical X just yet. Right now, we're just doing the Rainbow X break, and then I'll switch it so that it triggers the Chemical X. We'll kind of see the over-under. Because the more gems you lay on the board, the less likely you are to be able to do this multiple times. Maybe you don't want to do it multiple times. We're going to see. That's part of this, right? It's experimentation. So right now, your blue gems are doing 231K. You drop the X breaks on there. Boop, boop. And now your blue gems by themselves are doing 538, 679 if there's an X break gem on it. You're going to buff all your gems by 46%, which doesn't sound like much initially, but then you realize that's now 786. This is now almost 1 million. So that's not bad. Not bad. Then you want to break 1 red, 1 blue, but you want to make sure you don't cascade. Like, don't break that green gem. That's going to screw you up. You can break this one because none of the ones around it are going to cascade. You can break this one because none of the ones right here. If there was a blue gem here, I would not break this one, right? See what I'm saying? You don't want to mess up and cascade. It's going to ruin everything. So now we're going to lay down the X-Break gems again. Boom and boom. Now your blue gems doing 1.2 million. And if there's an X-Break on it, almost 1.5. You're going to hit the blue buff one more time. You've got now 1.6 million and 1.8 million. We're going to see if we can do this again. At some point, we're going to end up cascading, and it'll just end us, but it is what it is. I'm going to try that one so that I can shelter that blue just for a second. Okay, no cascade. So we've gotten this 3 times now. This is why you have to wrestle with the over-under on the chemical X, because it's going to put a lot more X-break gems, and now it's going to get harder and harder not to break these. So now we've got 2.4 and 2.2 million. I know I did those backwards. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it. Now you got 2.7 and 3 million. And you can still keep going from here. As long as you've got this pin bar. Again, this is not realistic for most feuders. I get that. Let's see. And at some point, we're just going to cascade, and it's going to happen, and we're going to be okay with it. Yep, like that. Yep, called it. Called it. All right, so that was 110 million at hype level 0. Did take some doing, but you do get faster at going with that as you go, right? So if we'd have gotten one more, probably would have been about that 130 million mark, give or take. But not bad, right? It does take a big boy plate to get there, but that is not bad at all. So speed is our problem now, right? So let's go to the generate gems and find Zombie Kane, who I didn't realize I had on somebody. It's been a while since I've used Zombie Kane. Here we go. X-break gems do 25%. Moves that generate X-break will generate one more X-break gem. Why is that important? Now we're at the magic number for the chemical X plate. So more than likely, we are going to have less ability to get the gems we need, but we're going to hit harder when we do. So if you can get a second recycle on your moves, great. But it is going to drop a lot more gems this way because you're dropping 8 X-break and 8 magic numbers as well. Right? Right. Let's see. Okay, here's an 8 that fell on blue. So you're doing 6 million for that gem alone versus 750K for that one. See how this works? It's pretty nice. This could cascade. This shouldn't, and this shouldn't. Hopefully. Okay, sweet. All right, so now we're throwing down again. We're going to get to where we don't have any red or blue gems if this lands. Okay, we still have at least a red. If you have a red, you can keep going infinitely, right? Well, not infinitely, but you get what I'm saying. All you need is a red. You don't have to do the blue buff. It's just nice when you can. So now the times 8s are up to 1.6. With the multipliers are 1.87. And without are 1.5. So that's a lot. Actually, your X breaks are doing more than your multiplies, which is kind of funny, but it is what it is. I'm not going to go for this blue because I'm worried that would cascade a black. I am going to do this one. Should be good there. And hopefully that red. Let's see if we can get one cycle more out of it. Hey, we did. Sweet. So this should fill up most of the board then at this point. So at this point, there's almost no chance we can do another one, right? Is there any exposed red gem? No, no, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't do it, right? So this is the maximum we're going to be able to do with Warrior, with both plates. Let's see what we got. X-break gems are doing 3 million. Multiplier doing 2.14, right? That's not 21. Let me just make sure here. Boop. 455. Oh, it is 21. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. All right. Never mind. This is doing 21 million. This is doing 3 million. That's a big hit. Now at this point you can just swipe, or you can break an X break or 3, whatever you feel like. It's gonna blow up the whole board no matter what you do. So boom, let's see what the hit is. 340 million. 340 million. Now I will say, obviously, it takes a lot of mental math and some quick clicking to make that happen. The more you use this character, the better you get at doing that math in your head quickly. So I would not discourage you from using him for that purpose, right? So if you have a chemical X but probably a rainbow X break plate, Ultimate Warrior, hype level 0, over 300 million damage. I mean, that's pretty good. Now, let's talk about the new Titan mode, right? Since that has actually come out and we know how it works at this point. You're not going to be able to use this in Titan mode because, I mean, you could, but you get basically your total number of 5 actions. So it's not like there where we can click, make sure we don't cascade, click, make sure, like 5 actions total. So you're going to throw the gems down, you break whatever you break, you're done, right? So it might still work in a Titan battle, but it's not going to be as spicy as what you just saw, except all the number of clicks it took to get there. Similarly, boss battle's timed, so the issue there is the time bar. You're not going to be able to get through that move set multiple times, especially because the animations are a little bit longer on there. But in feud, maybe, if you want to take the time, in tours, or for sure in tours, and in showdowns, that right there is pretty darn spicy. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like this video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and if you got a friend who wants to use their Ultimate Warrior again and has one or both of those plates, let them know. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.